Police have blocked one radical Islamist group from staging a protest outside Westminster Abbey during next week's royal wedding. Others who want to demonstrate are likely to be kept to the fringes of the royal route. The security operation is already up and running. On the day itself, some 5,000 officers will be on duty as the royal family and 50 heads of state attend the ceremony. They will be a very visible presence in what has become a global event with an expected TV audience of 2 billion people around the world. Our Home Affairs correspondent Andy Davies has this report.
Arriving at Scotland Yard this morning, the boss, Sir Paul Stevenson. The head of the Met Police has only just returned to work full-time. He'd had surgery for a tumour on his leg. And there's been much criticism of his force in his absence, most notably on the phone hacking scandal and the policing of protests. So for Scotland Yard, this royal wedding needs to go smoothly.
On screen now you've got the spotoscope. This allows us, it's a telescopic camera. It allows us to get some details, so you can see, you know, the description of a person, the number plate of a car, that sort of detail.
We learned today there'll be just under 5,000 police officers on duty next Friday, and in recent days the media have been invited to film the police in pre-event mode. On show their impressive airborne surveillance capabilities, as well as some of their less high-tech security measures. Scotland Yard revealed today that it had had a meeting with a protest group called Muslims Against Crusades. One of their group was fined last month for burning poppies on the anniversary of Armistice Day. They wanted to demonstrate along the route. The police said no.
Their original application was to have a protest very near to Westminster Abbey, and we didn't feel that that was in tone with the celebratory event that the royal family and indeed the country would expect.
But the police cannot ban them entirely from London, and if Muslims Against Crusades take to the streets somewhere, then the far-right group, the English Defence League, has told the police they'll mount a counter-demonstration. The priority for the police will be to secure the route itself of the royal procession. It will start at Buckingham Palace, from where Kate Middleton will be driven down the Mall towards Charing Cross. A Rolls-Royce will then cut through Horse Guards Parade and onto Whitehall. Then it's just a short journey past Downing Street and the Houses of Parliament to Westminster Abbey. After the service, the couple will return along the same route to the palace in a state carriage. The police announced today that this whole route will be covered by a special security zone, and it's this zone in which groups like Muslims Against Crusades will be banned from staging protests. In terms of any terrorist threat, well, Scotland Yard said today that at present it has no specific intelligence to justify bringing in any extra anti-terrorist stop and search powers. And as for the issue of any potential public order problems, well, along the route here within the royal wedding zone, they're pretty confident there'll be little trouble. But it's what might happen elsewhere in London on the day which is causing them to rethink tactics. The police say they've learned lessons from their recent experiences of London protests. So next week they'll have plainclothes police officers, or spotters as they call them, trying to identify and thwart any potential troublemakers from heading into Westminster. Preemptive strikes are promised. This veteran anarchist, who'll be trying to get a mock guillotine into central London, is not sure how far he'll get.
I'm not denying that the police have got to do their job, and they've got to, maintain some security under conditions where maybe that would be threatened. They will do their job. We're doing our job. The police aren't stupid. They know the difference between street theatre, a kind of bit large-scale Punch and Judy show, and genuine violent intentions.
It's not just the police stepping up the PR. St James's Palace launched a special royal wedding online video book today. And for those ardent fans more taken with medieval heraldry, there was also the challenge to decipher the in-jokes apparently contained within the symbols of Kate Middleton's new coat of arms.